Okay, so SideWalk bunny hop manual. So on the scorecard at the number 12, if I read what it is that athlete must perform a 1 foot minimum bunny hop. Basically, that's going to be bunny hopping on the sidewalk and land in a manual position. Right. So in other words, if I use this pen as my bike, I drew a little sidewalk over here. You're basically just going to have to come in and then bunny hop and then land on the back wheel and then hopefully travel as far as you can go as you progress with it. So it says use chalk to mark your distance. So the way the scorecard is based on is that at medium speed, if you were to do 5 feet holding manual, that's 1 point. If you do 10 feet, 2 point, 20 feet, 3 point, and then 30 feet manual and more, that would be 4 point. So how long you can go, make sure that you score that, make sure that you give yourself an honest score on your scorecard. So make sure that you use chalk, to mark a distance. Perhaps like take a little piece of rock, and that you can just place at some point on the sidewalk so that you can really see it. And then just come in this way, and then manual. As soon as your front wheel land, just make a point, have your friend look at you and say, hey, you landed right here, and then just calculate that distance. And that's one way you can actually grade yourself on that scorecard. So as you're going to practice that sidewalk manual, a couple things to think about. You're going to have to practice all kind of different ways depending on where you are. Sometimes if there's a long distance in front, you'll be able to come right front of it and then just do a bunny hop from the front end of it and just start calculating your distance that way. A lot of time there is fence, if I drew a fence really quick. So you're not going to be able to go forward with it, but you're going to have to take it from a different angle. So you're coming from the right side and you just hop at an angle and you just get at that sidewalk, which is going to have to kind of curve your manual. It's just going to give you a great overall skills that you need in order for you to really control your bike. So that's going to be good for you to practice that. Couple things to think about is that if you are going to practice that, make sure that you practice from both directions. So coming this way and also coming that way as well, because you are going to get used to only coming from one side. And then when you're going to switch side, things will become very awkward for you. As a BMX racer, you got to have such a wide variety of skill. You need to become very versatile at whatever is thrown at you, So that's what this exercise is all about. And so now, first steps, how would I recommend a rider to practice that? There are a few steps that you need to practice in order to get to do this. Step number 1 would be, obviously, you need to be able to do a bunny hop. So the young rider out there, on previous video, I teach how to do bunny hop, and it's actually on your scorecard. Obviously, you need to be able to clear at least a feet, which is the height of most average sidewalk. If you cannot clear that 1 feet with your bunny hop tool, that's also explained on other video, I wouldn't try to just go hop a sidewalk. You're just going to get a flat tire and upset your dad. All right, so just don't do that. So practice your bunny hop. Once you're able to clear that height, then that's where you can start hopping on sidewalk and then hopefully do it. Second step, obviously you need to be able to do a manual. There's a lot of great video on my scorecard that teach about manual bailing, about manual that you can also see. Once you've mastered your manual and your technique, try to combine both together. You do a bunny hop and you land on the manual and then you hold. It's just as simple as that. Simply simple to understand, maybe more difficult to do. So someone asked, why is it important? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, as I explained earlier, as a BMX racer, you need to be able to have lots of skill on your bike. You are going to go to a race and you're going to see a track that you've never seen before. You're going to hop on that track, probably going to have a little bit of practice, and you're just going to have to start racing your moto, maybe on your 4th lap. So you're going to see lots of jump. You're not going to have a lot of opportunity to get used to it. You need to just see something and be able to do. So your overall skill of knowing how to ride a bike needs to be very high. And doing all these games are really going to increase your overall skills as a rider. So that's number one, why it's important. Another thing that's going to be important is that if you look at some track, the way they are, the way they're designed, there will be a lots of jump out there that you may have to land on one wheel. You're literally going to jump off the lip and you're just going to land on one wheel. It's actually one of the techniques that I explain on other video on that scorecard that you're also going to have to rate yourself on that. So as an example, if you have a jump on a rim section that has a flat and then you have like a double on top of it and then it goes like that, depending on how your bike is going to, the speed that you're going, that's a terrible drawing, sorry guys. You're going to have to jump, and sometimes you may have to just land on the back wheel. You know, all of these techniques of bunny hop, landing on manual, controlling your manual, they're so incredibly closely related that you're going to have to practice that technique on a sidewalk, and it's just going to increase your overall your overall technique. So that way, once you're going to be faced on a challenge like this, you're going to have that technique ready to go that you've already mastered. You know, at one time I remember I did a big race in Europe, and it was right before the first corner, so everybody was in battle and there was a big double, and it looked kind of like that. So you had a big double that was very steep, and then you had a little slope that goes down here. The thing is from this distance here, the double was very, very short, so everybody was over clearing it. So the technique to do on that was just let your bike go and to just land on a manual and naturally let it fall into that little slope over here. And so if I would have not had the skill or to do these bunny hop landing and manual and to control it, I would have had a hard time on that race. And also, since it was on the first straightaway, it's very important to really being able to be clean and land properly and have the skill to control your bike so that I can get my inside spot on that first corner. So again and again, all that is extremely well related. So that's why I put that technique, sidewalk, bunny hop, manual, on your scorecard. I want you to get better at that. So where do you practice? I mean, anywhere when you are going to find a sidewalk, you know, you can do it. Skate park would be a great way to practice that. On skate park, there's a lot of these blocks, you know, that really allows you to bunny hop. Just spend time, enjoy riding your bike, become a versatile rider, manual, jump, landing, manual, and I promise you, as you practice to do that, you're gonna go on the track and you just, your overall skill of knowing how to ride a bike will be so high that it will be very easy for you to adapt, face on a situation that you've never seen before, okay? And you can actually just tell sometimes when you look at a rider on the track, you can tell in less than 5-6 seconds of riding, you can tell if that kid's got, or that rider's got skill. You can already know. So how to get there is by doing all of these things. So just hop on the manual, hop on those sidewalk, just hold on the manual. Good luck with that. Score yourself well, be honest, and remember, you gotta do it 3 times in a row. So if you're going to score yourself 4 points, that means that 3 times in a row you manual on that sidewalk more than 30 feet.